All right, guys, today I'm going to show you how to use our Tub Cast Ekopel roll-on bathtub and surround kit. This is a 2-pack set, and what we're going to use it on here is a full-on bathtub and surround, just an old almond-colored shower. And essentially, what we'll go over in this video is all the new updates to the roll-on process and every clip, every step, and show you all the new material and everything. This is going to be the unedited version. We'll do another one where we cut it down to about 15 minutes. And then
all right, getting started, let's make sure we have the right stuff. So if you're doing just a standard bathtub, you've got a 1-pack Ekopel Tub Cast roll-on kit. And if you're doing a bathtub with surround, you have 2 of these kits. For the next month or so, they'll be in these shrink wrap containers. You guys have asked us to put them back in boxes. They will be coming in boxes beginning in like February. But anyways, let's see what comes in the roll-on kit. I've got an open one over here because we're doing the surround. All right, so we've got an open kit here. It's gonna be a top coat, a large bottle, a top coat small bottle. We'll have a primer large bottle and a primer small bottle. We'll also have an instruction sheet, and on our box, when that is made, I'll update this, but on the box there'll also be the same scan code as there is here, which takes you to our video walkthrough. If we look at the insert, page 1, important to get pro results, scan the QR code. The QR code is going to take you to our video walkthrough, which you're already in, or it will take us to a step-by-step written instructions. So anyways, very important. That's the pro kit right there. Anyways, we're going to need those. We're also going to need I have 2 6-inch roller trays, or 7-inch technically. I have a long roller frame, and I have a 6-pack of foam roller covers. I've got some gloves. I've got a roll of 2-inch masking tape, and I've got some soft scrub and some scrubby pads. As a pro tip, later in the video, I like to wipe things down before I put the primer on with acetone, and we also have a pro tip for acetone in the next section. And final thing would be a hair dryer or a leaf blower if you want to speed up the dry of the primer. Again, both of those are pro tips, but they're tools that I use. So if you're doing this more frequently, that's something you might want to use.
All right, guys, so first thing we're going to do, we're going to remove the drain and the overflow. Typically, it's just 1 or 2 screws, but we want to get behind all of that material. This way we don't leave a hard line like right on the tub where water can get behind the finish and cause peeling. Step 2, we're going to go ahead and scrub everything down with soft scrub. I find that soft scrub scratches up the finish, and you can apply that with and scrub it with a scrubby pad or with sandpaper. Here I'm doing it with a Scotch-Brite pad just to try to get everything all scratched up and get it as clean as you possibly can. From there, I like to use the shower wand to rinse everything down. We'll wash all the cleaner off and get it nice and clean. And then, very important, we got to make sure everything is completely dry. So I go around and towel dry everything, and then once I'm finished drying off the fixtures, drying off the shower, I'm using a blow dryer. This is like a handheld air mover, but I like to do that. If you didn't use sandpaper or didn't get any of the outside edges, it's best to go back and just hit them with sandpaper quickly. Making sure we get all the soap scum, any silicone, any residue off. All right, so from here, now that everything's dry and clean, we're gonna tape everything off. First thing you wanna do is make sure no water drips on the shower or the tub. So we're gonna put a glove over the drain, a glove, plastic bag, anything like that would be perfectly fine. Here I like to use the 2-inch tape and just go ahead and cover all the shower fixtures, everything like that. There was a little bit of water still around the drain, so I blew that out of there, and then put a couple pieces of masking tape. I'll trim that down, make that a nice clean cut. So now we've got everything all taped up for the fixtures. From there, we'll just throw a piece of 2-inch tape around the edges to make sure we don't get any material on the walls. If your walls are painted or freshly painted, you're going to want to use the blue delicate tape to make sure you don't rip any paint off the wall, which I accidentally did in this one and had to repaint that little section of wall afterwards. On the floor, we're going to go with a couple of cardboard boxes, a few pieces of tape. All right, so in mixing, we've got our 2 primers. The red material is the primer. We're going to shake the small bottle, open the large bottle. We'll pour the small bottle into the large bottle. Then we'll fill up, we put about a quarter of the bottle in the small bottle of water, and then shake it up and pour it into the large bottle. The reason we do this is to make sure we get all the residue out of the container, but just a small amount will get you there. Primer and top coat are made specifically to be mixed in the bottles. That's why they're not full. There's plenty of material, so you just put the cover on it and shake it with the primer. Once you've shaken it for a couple of minutes, it's good and ready to go. From there, we're going to wipe the tub down with some acetone, some isopropyl alcohol, anything to just give it that final clean. And from there, we're rolling. So we're just wetting our roller using that 6-inch foam roller on this large surface, and we're just putting a nice even coat on the piece. In this area, we dig the roller in a little bit around the fixture. It's best to do this early in the process. The reason that you do that is so that you can leave nice smooth lines on the other portions and not have to like dig into the edges like that. So get that portion finished, and then from there we're off to the races. I do also have a full slow video showing all of these steps, but a couple areas I slowed down a little bit to see the actual action here. But we're rolling a nice even smooth coat, pretty straightforward with the primer, and we're just gonna go around the whole piece. We're gonna, we're essentially painting it white with the primer. This material is very easy to use. It doesn't, you're not putting a ton of pressure on there. You just shake it up, pour it in your tray, and go ahead and start rolling. So this is a pretty straightforward situation. Like I said, we're just getting a coat on there. We're not trying to put a ton of material. We're just putting a nice thin coat on there with the primer. So again, here's a section where I slowed the video down just so you could really get a good look at this. And it's just simple. It's just regular painting. We're just making the whole uniform look in the finish here. So again, just steady, even, quick roller passes. We're just getting a nice even coat on the whole piece, and then from there, we'll get into our second coat and then on to the rest of the process. But the primer is specifically made for coverage and bonding. So it's got a great bond and it covers really well. The point is that you do really have to go with 2 coats, and I'll stress that when we get to the second coat because we're about done with this panel, and we'll quickly go through the rest of it. I was standing in the shower, so I wiped it down quickly on the bottom. You can definitely do that as well. It makes it a little easier on you physically while you do it. But same thing here. We're using the tray. We're just dipping the roller and putting a nice even coat on the whole piece. And there you have it. That's one full coat. I use the air dryer. This is just blowing air, like a leaf blower or a blow dryer is perfectly fine. It just speeds up the primer dry time a little bit. In between coats, it's important to note that for the primer to be completely dry before you put your second coat on there, making sure the primer is completely dry, it's flat. So it looks shiny right now. In this video where I'm putting the second coat on there, That's because it's wet. As soon as it dries, it will look flat, just like what's left behind. So as you can see, the second coat covers really well, and it looks great while it's all soaking wet like this. I'm gonna be able to show you in a minute here exactly what to expect, so you don't freak out in the middle of your primer coat here. But once we get our full second coat of primer on there, like I said, it looks all shiny and white right now. And now I start blow drying it, and look at this is partially wet. So everywhere it's still wet is this bright white, wet looking color. If you touched it, it would it would get all over your fingers. So you need that to be completely dry before you move on to the other one. Making sure everything in the primer coat is completely dry is the most important. So this is what it starts to look like when it's dry. Everything is smooth, everything is dry. You're perfectly comfortable touching everything. So next we're gonna take our part B top coat, pour it into our part A. We pour a little bit of acetone into the mixture. It makes it a little easier to roll. That's just a pro tip that we like to share. It's not mandatory. It just helps. It helps make everything a little easier to move around. But for the acetone, we're putting the same as what we do with the primer with water. So the primer is a waterborne, and the top coat is an epoxy-borne hybrid. So when you can put water in the primer, in the top coat you put a splash of acetone and shake up the container again. And now when we're mixing it, you can see right after we poured it together, it's completely separated like peanut butter. And now after we've mixed it for about 2 to 3 minutes, it's ready to go. So it's not the same 10 to 15 minutes it used to be. This is for roll-on, and with roll-on, it's nice and simple. So once it's mixed consistently, that's when you can go ahead and apply it. And when we apply it, it's, again, slightly different than the primer. When we put it on here, we're gonna roll it in smaller sections. So again, we just keep moving it up and down. This is gonna be a nice, simple, smooth, like rolling technique where we're not putting a ton of pressure. We're just doing 18-inch little sections, dipping the roller. In some cases, we're gonna wanna put some material on there. We could roll one line across and then dip the roller, run one line across, like especially in the big area coming up next. But pushing the material into all the corners first is gonna be your best bet, because then you can do big smooth strokes on all the flat surfaces to give you that nice smooth shiny finish, as opposed to having to dig into other little sections. So I'll speed up a little bit, but next time I get to a big flat area, I'll tighten it up and be able to show you just more slowly how to do one whole section. But as you can see, everything's coming out nice and smooth, nice and shiny, just from going over these areas. So here is what I mean, where you can dip it, run it over an area, dip it again, get a little more material. You can do that a few times, and then you can do the entire panel really quickly when you do it like this. So again, now we're stretching the material a little bit. We're gonna put a little bit more down in the bottom section here, and we're gonna go with that up and down motion just to spread it out. Then we'll do side to side to spread it out, and finally we'll come back and do it lightly with a pass in the same direction. It's pretty important to just lightly go over everything in the same direction. It just allows the material to flow out better and to level off evenly across the entire panel, and give you that nice smooth finish overall. So again, I like to go and stretch it out up and down, then I like to stretch it out again side to side, and finally at the end of the panel I'll come back and drag everything very lightly in a straight down manner. This is, again, just to have everything flowing in the same direction. That's going to give you the best overall appearance, the smoothest finish. And you can see how light I'm holding the roller here. I'm just I'm just dragging it down pretty softly to get everything pulled all the way to the end here. And from here we'll speed back up and keep moving through the piece. But I like to do the whole shower first. It just makes it easier to do it the same way every time. But getting all these hard sections done first, and then going over the smooth panels is definitely your best option. So I drag it into the corners, push it back and forth with the side-to-side motion, and then level it off. Right now I'm hitting the edges. I'm about halfway through. Normally I wouldn't skip around like this, but with the top coat, the rollers tend to break halfway through. You want 2 or 3 rollers. And so I knew it was starting to break, so that's a great time to do places that you need to apply a bunch of pressure on the roller. So that's why I did that section there and cut over to that. But from there, we're just finishing the walls, then we jump down and start doing the tub. We'll do the 3 walls of the tub first. That'll get us, that'll get us majority of the entire surface completed. We come right around here. We'll get all these 4 walls of the tub complete, and we'll leave the bottom for last, and I'll show you why when we get to it in a minute here. But it's usually my preferred way to do it is to do those few walls. We'll hit the top edge, we'll hit the outsides, and I'll show you a little extra tidbit here in a second. I'll show you how to repair it if you get some hair or some dust in the finish here. So there's a piece of hair here. So you pull out the hair or any dust, and then you're able to just run the roller right over it again, and that will remove all the imperfections there and smooth out the area right away. You don't have to go crazy and go over the whole thing, just a light little drag. So now here we are finishing the floor. What we're going to do here is just dump out the remaining material that's in the roller tray. On one where we had a little extra like this, it allows us to have a thicker, stronger bottom. None of this is really a worry, like towards the drain or anything. There's not enough that it's going to, leak through the tape and go under the drain. There's just not enough material there. So we use that, we'll spread everything out. What that'll get you is a thicker finish on the bottom, a stronger finish on the bottom, and it'll make it nice and smooth and shiny. So instead of just leaving it in the tray and wasting it, my recommendation is to go over it like that and do the same thing as everywhere else. Now we're gonna just push it around right up into the corners. We'll level everything out nice and smooth, and just make sure that we get a full coverage everywhere. Once we complete this, we'll look around the shower again, make sure there's no more big spots. If you do have a blow dryer or a heat gun and see any little air bubbles or anything like that anywhere, you can run it over them really quickly and just make sure they pop. But any touch-ups you need to make in the first half hour or so of dry time is really your best allotted window. So if you need to do them, go ahead and do them at that point before the material starts to set up. Anything you need to clean off, it's best to get it done while it's wet. The material is really easy to wash off with baby wipes or water, acetone. Anything will clean it off while it's wet. As soon as it's dry, it's there forever. So we really appreciate you watching the video. If you haven't ordered yet, we really appreciate it if you order it from our page. But if you have and you've walked through it and completed your tub, we really appreciate you following along with us. If you have any suggestions for us, feel free to leave them in the comments or give us a call if you need any extra support or if you need to put in an order. 877-882-2278. That's 877 Tub Cast is the number. We do text, we do email, we take calls. We're here to help. We really appreciate everything again. And if you're looking to make a bulk order or anything, let us know. Thanks and have a great day.